since the conventions, almost every story has been about Donald Trump. That's not just us. That's everybody, because he says maniacal things. I'm going to get 95% of the black vote in 2020. The cons who lost a son fighting for this country, I've sacrificed, and they were nasty to me in attacking them. One maniacal thing after another. Hillary Clinton, the Second Amendment people will take care of her. Right? So what I said when I was on This Week on ABC, right after the Democratic convention, was, look, Trump has a chance of winning. And the question is whether this election is going to be about Trump or Clinton. If it's about Trump, he'll lose because he's deeply unpopular. If it's about Clinton, she'll lose because she's deeply unpopular. But what has Trump done since then? Just bungled it. And me, everyone talk about me. Oh, because he's ego obsessed. I'm going to put a Trump name on every casino I run in Atlantic City. I'm going to open 3 of them. Hey, knucklehead, they're going to compete with one another. I don't care, Trump. Oh, damn it. Yeah, they competed with each other and they all went bankrupt. So now finally he's got a new team. He's got Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway. But I really think, and this is just my theory, it's based on obviously some reporting. The reporting is that Roger Ailes is helping him behind the scenes prepare for debates and perhaps a little bit more. My speculation is that this is a lot more about Roger Ailes. I think he's finally taking some advice. The reason is because Ailes is savvy. As bad a guy as he has been a very smart operator behind the scenes, both at Fox News Channel, but also in Republican politics. George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon. He worked for all of them, and whether you like it or not, he accomplished a lot of things for them. He's not an unsavvy guy. So now Trump has begun a counterattack that I think could begin to work. Not necessarily because it has merit, although one of the stories does, but because you've got to turn the election to talking about the other unpopular person in the election, and they have begun to do that in a way that makes me think, Ailes might be there and helping this knucklehead get back on message. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to do it in a standard way. Oh, hell no. It doesn't mean that they're going to play nice. No. They're going to be vicious and smear, and it certainly has nothing to do with the truth. But that's not what we're talking about. Is it going to be effective? That's what we're talking about. So, first line of attack is they're going to go after Huma Abedin, who is Hillary Clinton's top aide. She's Muslim, so it doesn't matter. You could throw anything at her, and in the minds of his supporters, and they hope independence, it'll stick. So they found out that she once wrote for the Journal of Muslim Minority Affairs. Dun, 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 dun. All that is a journal for Muslim Americans. And so they nitpicked what appeared to be benign parts of articles she wrote. And then her mom, mom's editor-in-chief. Okay, they went to what does her mom write about Hillary Clinton or about foreign policy or 9/11 and foreign. We got her. She's Muslim. We got her, right? So absolute nonsense. But the smears have begun, and then you got to play defense. And if you're playing defense in this race, you're losing. So then the second line of attack is Hillary Clinton, mentally unstable. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's all over insane conservative radio and websites, and now they're bringing it to TV. Sean Hannity's been talking about it. So here's Giuliani on the attack on that.
She doesn't need to campaign. She has the New York Times, she has the Daily News, she has CBS, she has NBC. She has an entire media empire that constantly demonizes Donald Trump and fails to point out that she hasn't had a press conference in 300 days, 200 days, 100 days, I don't know how long. Fails to point out several signs of illness by her. What you got to do is go online.
All you have to do is go. Her campaign and a number of people defending her saying there's nothing factual to the claims about her health, and that's speculation at best.
So go online and put down Hillary Clinton illness. Take a look at the videos for yourself.
Okay, I want to make sure that.
Oh, that's your evidence. Go online. I'm going to check out the memes I got on Facebook. Oh, I see. That's embarrassing, man. Okay, so I don't want to get too deep into it because all it is a smear job. Look, he started out fine, by the way. He said she's got the Daily News, New York Times. What he's talking about is her campaign is excellent at planting stories in the news. They're not false. They do a lot of research and they find facts and then they feed it to friendly journalists. And look, hey, that's how big boy politics is played. Just the other side in the past has been too stupid to figure that out. So okay, she doesn't do enough press conferences. That's fair, but they're not going to just leave it at that. They're going to go below the belt. So the mental damage thing that they're talking about is online people are like, oh, at one of her events, there was a syringe that was pictured. Look at the video of the syringe. Secret Service is like, you knuckleheads, that was our flashlight. That was not a syringe. Okay, it's just totally not true. And then there's another video where she's acting up and they say, oh, she's having a seizure. She's having a seizure. They're like, no, you look at the whole video. The Associated Press is like, no, that's her joking with a reporter. We were there. She was joking around. There was no seizure. Just go online, check out the videos. But you see, well, now we're talking about Hillary Clinton. Now she has to play defense. You see, this is how effective politics works. It might not be pretty, but it is true that if you're on the Trump campaign, you want to put the focus on her, and they have begun to do that. That's the real pivot. So we're planning to do this story on today's show, and then another news story breaks about how they're sending out what they're calling, the Trump campaign is, a quote, Stop Hillary survey. Now, what's the point of this survey? They're sending out to their supporters and they're asking in it, Donald Trump's campaign is circulating an email to supporters asking, among other things, which Clinton scandal the candidate should focus his attacks on. So part of this is push polling. They got all this bad stuff against Hillary Clinton and they want to reinforce that for his supporters. But the other part of it is, here we go, now we're attacking her. And we're going to put her back on her heels and we're going to get her to defend herself and put the spotlight on her. Now the final thing, the third line of attack that they're doing is actually just luck because they didn't do anything about this. This news happened to break at this point, and this one actually has some validity. From the Hill, let me read to you today's developments. The FBI has uncovered almost 15,000 previously undisclosed documents sent directly to or from Hillary Clinton, State Department lawyers confirmed before a federal judge on Monday. Now, before everybody gets too excited, the FBI has already seen these. These are not new to them. They're just now telling the rest of us, oh, by the way, there was another 15,000 emails we didn't tell you about, right? So let me just clarify. The Hill says the documents were found during the course of the FBI's investigation into the Democratic presidential nominee's use of personal email server during her time as Secretary of State. The number is almost 50% more than the 30,000 work-related documents the Clintons' lawyers turned over to the State Department in 2014. So in that survey that the Trump campaign sent out, they immediately included, during the debates, should he press her on why she lied about the number of emails? Well, I would be shocked if he did not press her on that. I'm sure she'll have an answer ready, but you know what? He might get so wrapped up in his own ego, without Ailes in his ear, he might be like, forget the emails. I'm just going to talk about me and let the Trump monster go out there. So, but I want to let you guys know this, based on all of this, this is unfortunately, the correct political tact for them to take. And this race is nowhere near over. So the counterattack has just begun. We've got more than 3 months left still in this race, which is short in some ways and an eternity in other ways. So yes, Hillary Clinton has a sizable lead now in the overall, the national population, and yes, finally in some swing states. But don't go making any bets yet, because if Ailes is actually pulling the strings, he's done this before and he's been effective with it. He's maybe the only person who can get Trump to concentrate and to actually listen to him, because he has, in Trump's mind, the gravitas to actually be someone worthy of listening to. And yes, he's monstrous in other ways of sexual harassment. No question, of course. But we're talking about whether it's going to work or not. And I'm afraid that if they do this consistently, that it has some chance of working. So hold the phone. This race is nowhere near over, and the counterattack has just begun. Can you be part of independent media without being a member of the Young Turks?
Hell no, you can't!
Join right now. Be the independent media. Be the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.